Hi my dear children, how are you all? Hope you are all doing great at home, right? Today we are going to see your next lesson. What is your next lesson? Your next lesson is about our body, right? So today we are going to see about our body, right? So in this world you can see the miraculous mission. We can see many machines, right, which are made by man, like a washing machine, refrigerator, so many machines, right. So how these machines work? It makes many wonders, right. So it washes the clothes like our washing machine. The same way we can see a natural machine. Which is our natural machine? It is our body, right. So it does a very miraculous work inside our body. So many functions, so many things are happening inside our body, which is very wonderful, right. So which is very natural, right. So today we are going to see in detail about our body. So what is our body is made up of? Our body is made up of different parts, right. So that help us to do various activities in everyday life, is it? Yes. So what are the different parts like our ears, nose, tongue, eyes? So with the help of these outer parts, so we have different parts in our body like our eyes help us to see, right, and then tongue. So the tongue help us to taste and also it help us to speak. Legs. So the legs help us to move from one place to another place. So with the help of legs we can move, we walk and we move from one place to another. And of course nose. So the nose help us to smell and breathe. Ears. The ears help us to hear sounds. Hands. Our hands help us to do various activities, various work, right. So these are all the different parts that we use outside our body, right. But there are some things that happens inside our body, right. So our body is made up of very small structural unit which is called cells, right. So our body is made up of cells. So group of these cells form together a thing called tissues, right. So when this group of tissues form a organ, and when these organs form together and makes an organ system. So all the organ system are unite together and form an organism, right. So each cell join together to form tissue, and each tissue form together to form the organ, and each organ joins and form an organ system, and each organ system form an organism, right. So today we are going to see what are these organ systems inside our body. So first we are going to see about cells. Cells form a tissue, tissue form organ, organ form organ system form an organism. Okay. So now let us see first about skeletal system. So what is the skeletal system? So skeletal system is a framework of bones. So many bones, many small bones form together a system called skeletal system. So in the skeletal system you can see our head. So our head has a skeleton called skull. Okay, this skull protects our brain. So most of the function of the bones, that is the skeletal system, it gives shape and support to our body. So without the skeleton, without the bones, our body will not be in a shape, right. Our body will not support to do any kind of activities. So with the help of the bones only we have a shape. Think about your body when you do not have bones. It will be very soggy, right. You will be like a rubber, is it? Yes. So the bones give you shape and support to our body. And then this bones, the bones also protects the internal organs like our brain, heart, lungs, liver. So these organs are very delicate. So these organs are protected by the skeleton, right. So we can see in our body, so you learned that the bones which is present in our head is skull, and the bones we can see ribs, backbone, limbs, right. So we have bones in all over our body, but you have to know how many bones are present in our body. So there are 206 bones. So we have 206 bones in our body. So, when a child born, when there is the bones in a child will be more than 350 bones. Okay, a child has more than 350 bones. When a child grows, these bones fuse together and form a single bone. So, that is why when a child becomes an adult will have 206 bones. Okay. So, what is the function of the skeleton system? What is the main function? It gives shape. It gives shape and support. It protects the organs. It protects the organs. Okay. So, this is about your skeletal system. So, skeletal system supports it gives shape and support to your body, it protects the organs, and we can see there are 206 bones in an adult, and a child will have more than 350 bones, and we can see many bones in our body, right. So, this is about your skeletal system. Now, we will see in the next one, muscular system. So, what is muscular system? So, muscular system, it is mainly made up of many muscles joined together and form the muscular system. This muscular system help us to do various activities. So, with the help of the muscles only we can do many activities, we can do many movements, right. So, this you can see the muscles cover the skeleton, and the muscles will be attached to the bones. Okay. So, here we can see there are nearly, in our bone there are nearly more than 600 bones. So, more than 600 muscles, not bones, muscles. So, our body has more than 600 muscles, right. So, you can see all over our body the bones, the skeleton is covered with the muscles, and group of these muscles form the muscular system. So, each organs, so that is actually we can see muscles in all over the body, even the muscles will be present in the organs also. Okay. So, we can see in our body there are many muscles that can be controlled by us, that cannot be controlled by us. So, some muscles we can control, and some muscles like our stomach, like our lungs we cannot control. Okay. Right. So, this is about your muscular system. So, next we are going to see the next one is digestive system. So, once we eat the food will not be absorbed in our body as it is. How we are taking, you are eating in a complex food, right. You are eating as a carbohydrate, you are eating as a fat, you are eating as a protein. So, these larger particles cannot be absorbed in our body. So, these particles has to be broken down into smaller particles. Then only our body will absorb. So, our blood, our body will absorb the nutrients and mixed with the blood to utilize those nutrients. Okay. So, this breaking down of food into simpler substance is called digestion. Okay. So, digestive system means breaking down the organs that help in digestive system, so that we can see mouth, stomach, liver, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine. So, these are the organs form a system called digestive system. So, digestive system helps in changing the smaller particles, I mean larger particles. So, digestion means change of larger substance into smaller substance. So, how it will change? It will change by breaking down. Okay, so by breaking down of larger substance into smaller substance is called digestion. Okay, so the larger substance of the food is broken down into smaller substances and it is absorbed in your blood. Okay, so this is about your digestive system. So many organs that help in digestion. So like your mouth, stomach, small intestine, liver, pancreas, and also large intestine, anus. So till that your digestive tract continues. Okay, so the digestive system starts from your mouth and ends in your anus. So anus is the opening where we excrete the waste from our body. So this is about the digestive system, right. So next we are going to see the next system, respiratory system. What is respiratory system? So the respiratory system takes in the oxygen and gives out the carbon dioxide. Of course, all the livings breathe, right? All the living things need air. So they take in the oxygen and they give out the carbon dioxide. How they do all this? With the help of the nose, we take in the oxygen. The oxygen enters into our body through the nose and it enters into our windpipe and lungs. So there will be exchange of gases takes place, and from the lungs the carbon dioxide is travelled through your windpipe and through your nose the carbon dioxide is exhaled. Okay, so this is about your respiratory system. So respiratory system means exchange of gases. So taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide from our body. So that is through the organs. What are the organs that involve in respiration means? So first one, nose. So the air, that is the oxygen enters through the nose and it enters into the windpipe. So windpipe is also called as trachea. And finally the oxygen enters into the lungs. Okay, so oxygen goes like this and then from the lungs the carbon dioxide is travelling through the reverse process and it is exhaled, it is liberated from our body. So that is, it is exhaled from our body. Okay, so we are expiring the carbon dioxide and inhaling the oxygen. And what are the organs that involve in respiration means? So this is your nose, right. So from the nose it enters into the windpipe and the lungs, right. So the next we are going to see is circulatory system. So what is circulatory system? Circulatory system means the blood inside our body is travelled, it is circulated to all the parts of our body through the help of our heart. So what are the organs that help in circulatory system is the first one, heart. Heart. So heart is the organ that is circulating the blood to all the parts of the body. So it takes the oxygenated blood from the lungs and it is sending to all the parts of the body, and the same way all the deoxygenated blood, that is oxygenless blood from all the parts of the body is taken into the heart, and the heart is sending to the lungs to add the oxygen into the blood. Okay, so that is the function is going on with the help of heart. Okay, and what are the organs that things that help in circulation is heart, blood vessels, and then blood. So these are the things that help in circulation of blood. So heart receives the oxygenated blood from the lungs and sending to all the parts of the body, and the same way from all the parts of the body the oxygenless blood, oxygen illada blood from all the parts of the body is taking into the heart, and from the heart it is sending to the lungs to add oxygen. Okay, so this is what function is going on with the help of the circulatory system, and the blood carries the oxygen and the nutrients to all the parts of the bodies. Okay, so that is why each part of our body should get nutrients, should get oxygen. How? It's because of the heart. The heart is pumping the blood to all the parts of our body. So, it is the only organ that works through all the time, through your lifetime it keeps on working, okay. Right. So, next one we are going to see is about nervous system. So, nervous system, with the help of the nervous system we can able to think, we can able to learn, we can able to write, read. So, all this intellectual activities is done with the help of our nervous system. So, the nervous system includes your brain, spinal cord and nerves. So, from the nerves you can receive the impulse, you can receive the response, and it is the sense is received by this nerves and it is sending into your brain, and the same way the brain is sending the messages to your nerves to do any kind of activities, okay. So, what are the things you can see here? The brain is connected to the spinal cord is the bundle of nerves, and from the spinal cord you can see many nerves are raised to all the parts of the body, okay. So, with the help of this we can able to feel. So, all the sense organs are connected to the nerves, okay. So, that is why when we see things, it suddenly the if we see any color or if we feel any pain or if we hurt, we can feel the pain, right. So, the sense is going to your brain and it makes you to feel the pain, okay. So, what are the things that involve in nervous system is, first one, brain. From the brain you can see spinal cord, and from the spinal cord many nerves pass to all the parts of our body. So, these are the things that involve in nervous system. The nervous system help us to think, learn, read, write, answering, all this is done because with the help of the nervous system, okay. Right. So, next one we are going to see is about the next system, that is excretory system. So, excretory system is a system where the organs help in excretion the waste from our body. So, our body will have waste, secretes waste, for example urine and sweat or the waste that is secreted from our blood, right. So, the blood will have waste materials. So, from the blood the waste materials are removed with the help of the kidneys. So, here you can see a kidney, right. So, in our abdomen region we have two capsule like structures that is called kidneys. The kidneys help in filtering the blood. So, once the kidney receives the blood, from the blood the kidney filters the waste material and it is sending the waste material as urine, and the urine is collected in the urinary bladder and it is sent out through the urethra, okay. So, here inside the kidney you can see the blood comes here. So, the blood is filtered and you can get the urine, okay. So, what are the things that involve in excretory system is, first one, kidney. So, the kidney removes the waste from the blood and it is sent to urinary bladder. So, where the in the urinary bladder the urine is collected and it is sent out through the urethra. Okay, so these are the things that involve in excretory system, and even in our body we can see the skin also helps in excretion. So, the skin excretes the sweat from our body and also we excrete the carbon dioxide through our lungs, and this lungs also skin also plays a very important role in excreting the waste from our body. Okay. Right. So, the last system that we are going to see is about reproductive system. So, the reproductive system helps in producing the younger ones. Okay. So, mostly mammals they give birth to younger ones, right. So, how they give birth? They can grow the small baby inside the womb. So, inside the uterus. So, this is the reproductive structure of a female. So, here we can produce new ones, that is younger ones. Okay. So, the reproductive system helps in producing new ones on our kind, okay, in our kind. So, we can produce a new baby through this reproductive system. Okay. So, this is about your lesson, and also this exercise plays a very important role to maintain all this organ system. So, we have to do regular activities, regular exercise to keep our organ system function healthy. Okay. And we can do many exercises like swimming, jogging, yoga, all this kind of exercises we have to do regularly, then only our organ system also work normally. Okay. Right. So, this is about our body. So, in our class, in this session, you have learned what are the organ systems that we learned? Yes. So, first thing we learned about the skeletal system, right. So, skeletal system involves bones. After the skeletal system, we learned about muscular system, right. So, all muscles, and after the muscular system, we learnt about the digestive system, where the food is digested. The food is not absorbed as it is, it has to be broken down into smaller particles, then only the blood will absorb those nutrients. So, we learnt about digestive system. So, after the digestive system, we learnt about respiratory system. So, in the respiratory system, we learnt about nose, windpipe and lungs. So, after respiratory system, we have learnt about circulatory system. The circulatory system includes heart, blood vessels and blood. And after the circulatory system, so we discussed about excretory system. The excretory system includes kidney, urinary bladder and urethra, right. So, the waste from the blood is filtered as urine and it is excreted from our body. Even not only the kidney, even the skin and lungs also a excretion that helps in excretion, right. Okay. After the excretory system, we discussed about reproductive system. Okay. So, what is the function of the reproductive system? The reproductive system helps in producing younger ones. Okay. Right. So, almost in our body lesson, we learned these are the organ systems that does various functions in our body, and when you go to higher classes, you will study in detail about these organ systems, right. So, now this is your basic about our body. Okay. And along with this, you also learned we have to do regular exercises, because the regular exercises improves our blood circulation and tones our muscles, right. So, that is why we have to do regular exercises by doing walking, swimming or yoga like that. So, when we do all this exercises, it helps in proper functioning of these organ systems, right. Okay. Yes children. So, almost in this class you have learned about what is our body, right. So, hope you enjoyed this session. I think you have all learned about what is our body, right. So, our body, organ system and all. So, go through the video and again. Below in the video, in the description link, you can see a Google Drive link. Click that and you will get the our body lesson study material, question bank and self assessment. Take the study material and copy in your science subject note and read from your science subject note. So, once you are thorough about this lesson, take your self assessment and do the self assessment. After you do the self assessment, evaluate yourself and you will come to know how far you have understood about our body, right. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.